Bashir is a mechanic at Chiseka Market. He says his area of expertise is in repairing engines for light vehicles, and that high taxes on spare parts have pushed up the cost of his tools and made it difficult for him and his colleagues to grow over the years.
Spare ajja n'abeera nga ali ku bbeeyi ya waggulu nnyo nga omuntu alina emmotoka ng'eyo oba ng'eno okugula tebusaako spare nga kizibu gyali olumu olwa spare okuba w'ebbeeyi ennyo. Naye gavumenti omusolo esaba mungi ate naffe ebyuma bye tukozesa emmotoka zino eno bitutawaanyaamu nti bya bbeeyi.
This open garage hosts about 2,000 local mechanics and fabricators. Bashir wants government to channel part of the enterprise growth funds to them.
Kuba tulina akakiiko kaffe ke tutwala n'obusako bwaffe bwe tulina obutonotono singa etuyamba nejjako ezo ssente zeegabira emyogwa kina biki bineeno byeteekamu ssente naffe nejja netuyamba netuteramu ku ssente mu ssako zaffe ezo ne twesitula nga ffe galagi kuba kati lino essomero ddene ku saa zino liva eno ne likoma paka eririina abaana abaweza nga 2,000.
We meet this former government engineer who says apart from risks to life, this unregulated sector is an expensive problem.
Because of the informal sector, there is also an informal sector of spare parts, and once the spare parts are informally controlled, there is a possibility of counterfeit spare parts coming in. So people do not get value for the money they pay, because even sometimes the spare parts placed in their vehicles are either used spare parts or they are counterfeit spare parts. And in that, once the vehicle is not well repaired, that means you have lost money for repair, you are losing money for breakdown, because definitely it will break down very fast, and the downtime will also cost you money. So there is a lot of losses, even the life of the vehicle.
John Bosco holds a master's in automotive engineering and says the environment in which these youth are working really lacks the standard.
Once you are repairing a vehicle, you have those parts which do not need to go into dust, because once they go into dust, they will cause some kind of wear and tear. So what must happen is that definitely we need infrastructure, we need organized way of working. And once we organize these people, like in associations, we need also to build infrastructure. There is need for KCCA, there is need for government to put in place standards where there is a standard of the first line of maintenance, of repair, where you can go for service and it is in a good place, where you go for replacement of parts, where you go for overhaul of vehicles.
Nearly 90% of the automotive maintenance repair industry is operating informally, and according to observers, with the sector taking care of some 3 million vehicles. Inconsistencies in repairs, according to this engineer, could be a cause of terrible accidents seen on our roads today.
But what I call upon Ministry of Works, working with members of Parliament, they should get out and understand that this is a very big industry. It touches on the lives of the people, it employs so many people, and therefore it should be regulated such that people are able to maintain their vehicles well. We should avoid these accidents happening, and we should also exploit the lives of these equipment very well.
Majority in this informal sector are youth, often working with bare hands.
Another challenge is we work in the rain and we use electricity during welding.
Anything that is not regulated even is not supposed to be there. Because you see, if you work in such an industry, you do not have protective wear, you are exposed to lubricants, you are exposed to welding, as you can see, you are exposed to all this. These are life-threatening hazards. And therefore, with the government intervention, I think if we have very serious people on the ground who are able to make serious policies, we should be able to see that we regulate even the safety working environment. And I think this is very necessary and it is very urgent.
There's no shortage of skills in this country. The challenge is those with skills are often left in the cold. Reason they are not visible. They work in very dire conditions with no shelter or enabling infrastructure. It is difficult for them to benefit from government skilling and financing programs.
We would be glad if the government subsidized the raw material we use in our work, or at least capitalizing our small businesses.
This engineer is urging government to standardize their skills and help them learn more. He adds they could be of great use to the country, now busy industrializing and already undertaking huge infrastructure projects.
What is lacking is that their skill has not been standardized and certified. So what the government should be looking at is to mobilize these people, go and give them tests. They test them at different levels of skills and they certify them according to their skill levels. And when they are deployed in the field, once it's organized, it will imply that they will be deployed at their skill level, where they can do. If somebody is very well skilled on servicing a car, he will be in the service bay.
Such is the story of hundreds of youth supporting the auto part and mechanical engineering industry in downtown Kampala, a former slum area near Chiseka Market. Malcolm Sime, NTV Business.